Mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest, momentum, mindset, uplift, manifest.
The world is never going to be the same again.
I'm worried about the world.
The mass chaos and crises that there was in the world, it's going to be just like that now.
This is not an accident.
How long is it going to last? Longer than even for those that have some cash in the bank, way past your cash reserves.
There's 100 people. Poor, look at the message.
This isn't even too much.
All right. It is February 2nd, 2021. You're running with the runners. This is Michael Tharp, and what we saw this last weekend was absolute insanity in the silver markets. So we're going to break it all down for you guys and help you understand what the big picture is. All right. The mindset minute really quick is think long term. Don't get caught up in the hype. Automate the process of becoming wealthy and go from liabilities to assets. We want to keep things simple here. So Ricardo, I know this weekend was crazy for you. What's going on? What's your initial thought as we saw just the silver volatility and people flooding into the market like something we've never seen before?
Yeah, Mike, man. I mean, you talked about, long term. And that's why I say constantly, continuously, consistently building wealth in precious metal assets and crypto. And, this is the thing about it is that the people who are looking for that get rich quick, let me get in now and try to, make a quick buck. Those are the people, who are probably going to, still be upset when they bought in at the top when premiums were, shooting through the roof. And now they see it goes down and they never understood, why get the silver asset, why and what's going on with it. But, it's very interesting to see because, for years, we've been saving in precious metals, right? We've been saving in silver. And those of us who are in position, who've been saving, we're excited. We're happy because what we know about physical silver being the most undervalued asset, being an asset that's used in applications of industry, it has a greater use than monetary. And to see what's taking place right now for us, it's neither here nor there because the strategy is the same. Continue constantly and consistently to save in assets and get silver. But no, you're definitely right, Mike. It's crazy what's going on, but I do like that it's waking people up. I do like that it's causing people to think. It's causing people to become aware, and people need a catalyst, something to make them even look in this direction. And what's going on right now is one of those things that's making people's lift their head up and look at things a little differently. Yeah,
I mean, I had people calling me left and right who never had any interest in silver. And to be honest with you, I told them, a lot of them, I said, wait, I'm glad you're excited about it. I'm glad you finally woke up. But right now, and we're going to break this down more, but guys, premiums went up 40%. And we're going to talk about what that even means. But we had Silver American Eagles go from like $30 last week to $45, $48 on some sites. And, we're going to explain why that happened. But again, guys, don't get caught up in the hype. This is a long-term play that requires long-term thinking and planning and continuously saving your wealth in real assets. So let's break down a few things here of what happened because it was only like 3 days since we've been gone, but so much has happened. So Saturday night, I went on a silver buying spree because I knew what was going to happen. And I got in and got some great deals before the masses went crazy. Sunday is when the S hit the fan. I mean, people were calling me, people who I talked to 3 weeks ago were like, I want to buy 40 grand of silver. And I'm like, you probably should have done this last week, bro. So here's what happened. Silver coin sites seize up as buying frenzy takes hold. This is from February 1st. Retail sites, let me blow this up a little bit.
Yeah, zoom in.
Retail sites for silver have been overwhelmed with demand for bars and coins, suggesting the frenzy that roiled commodities markets last week is spilling over into physical assets. Dealers including Money Metals, SD Bullion, JM Bullion, and APMEX said over the weekend they were unable to process orders until Asian markets opened because of the unprecedented demand. Buying continued on Monday, and spot silver and futures jumped to breach $30 an ounce. Pretty much physical silver is almost all gone in terms of live inventory. Tyler Wall, president and chief executive officer of SD Bullion, told Bloomberg. Currently, we're seeing the premium, the price you pay over spot to get actual physical silver in your hands, is skyrocketing. Most stuff on our website at least 30% over spot, and we can't source it for much less than that right now from our wholesalers. Demand was 10 times a typical Sunday yesterday. And today, I would say 6 times, he said on Monday. Everyone is calling us saying, I want to buy gold and silver ASAP. Retail traders inspired by Reddit posters stormed into the silver market last week and successfully drove prices up on the physical metal silver miners and exchange-traded funds. Spot prices, silver futures in the COMEX and the largest silver exchange-traded fund, iShares Silver Trust, all climbed more than 5% in the week. So let me break this down for you guys, and I want to get Ricardo's take on what happened. The spot price is what is traded on the COMEX. It is paper silver. It is not real. It is completely manipulated. JP Morgan has already paid $900 billion for admitting it. And it's literally just just big banks trading with each other back and forth to keep the price down. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, so let's just keep with the surge that happened here. So the spot price was like, let's just say it was $30 at its peak, okay? You can never get physical silver at the spot price, right? That's just like the raw silver. Then it has to be turned into something, a bar or a coin. Then you have people who take their cuts along the way. So usually, a good premium is $3. If you can get $3 over spot, like we do with 7K most of the time, great. Most places you go to, probably 5 to 7. But when everyone's rushing in to get it, the dealers are smart. They're going to raise their premiums. So a lot of people that are new think, oh, well, the silver, I look on the internet and the silver price says $28, so I should be able to get silver for $28. That is not the case ever, especially during these volatile times. So Ricardo, what's your reaction to that? Just the increase in demand was crazy. Premiums at 40%. People finally waking up and piling into the silver market.
Well, I mean, you hit it on the nail, because most people don't really understand that what we're looking at is not the price of silver, the actual physical metal. What we're looking at is the derivatives. We're looking at the paper contracts, and that's manipulated. That's rigged, and they're doing it, with the shorts and everything else. And so when we're looking at what's taking place with the spot price, and that's not real. That's not the real price of silver, and that's why there's the disconnect from the real price, with which you have the premiums on there, and you're looking at the spot price, and you're wondering, well, what's going on? Why are they not correlating? And we're seeing a massive shift right now in the monetary system. It's not just, it's silver. It's not just GameStop. We're seeing, a monetary, little earthquakes and inside the monetary system that are having ramifications that people don't realize, and it won't be realized until the following weeks and months continue to play out, because there's no silver available for sale, pretty much, folks. I mean, every site, there's 6 to 8 weeks, no, actually longer, almost 4 months, okay, that some people are saying they're not going to be able to get any silver until that time, especially the Silver Eagles. I mean, they're that far out. But we're not talking about, something like, this is the difference with digital assets and paper assets and physical assets. Digital assets and paper assets, there's no real use for it in the economy, in a sense. Like, we take silver and we use it in electronics, in medicine, in solar, in healthcare. We're using it in that fashion. The dollar bill is a piece of paper. We ain't using it for anything else. Paper, you can burn it, but that's about it to keep you warm. My Bitcoins, I can't use it to manifest something physical that I can use to, in the real physical world. But silver, not only does it have that monetary value, but it has the industrial value. And that's what they don't want. They don't want you to get the silver on a monetary standard. They want to keep it as an industrial metal so they can manipulate the price of it. So they can continue to create all these cheap products, okay, and continue to sell it up to you. Because guess what, folks? The real price of silver, once it's realized, everything has changed.
Yep.
Your phones, all the electronics, all that stuff. Like I said, if silver goes up $10 and a product that they make, costs $100, right? Well, now they have to account for the rise in the price of silver and the cost of their production, right? So now you're paying more for the product, goods, and services. But see, this is how they're able to hide inflation, because the silver and the gold accounts for the inflation in the economy, but these are actual metals that they need to produce things. So if they keep the prices of these supplies that they need to produce things down, that keeps the price of their product down. And then that's another way that they hide inflation. But no, Mike, I mean, what we're touching on is something that, people are starting to wake up and realize the magnitude and the ramifications of it. And this is why we're saying, look, folks, you don't want paper contracts. You don't want certificates. You don't want ETFs. You want the physical asset. You don't hold it. You don't own it. You want physical.
And what they do when they short it and keep the paper spot price down is they take physical delivery when they want to. So, I mean, guys, this is the big play. Like, this is the showdown of the century. So best and believe the rich, wealthy, and elite aren't going to give up easy. So you got to think long-term here. This is a long-term battle to save humanity. So what did they do? The CME hikes silver margins after price surge to 8-year high. So what this means, it's pretty simple. Let's break it down. This is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange is raising margins on COMEX silver futures by 18% after futures surged to an 8-year high. The exchange said margins will rise to $16,500 per contract from $14,000 effective February 2nd. The increase means those who want to trade silver futures will need to put up more collateral to ensure they can meet their obligations. So what this means is they said, we're taking our ball and going home. If you want to play in our game, we're going to raise the price to pay the game 18%. So again, they want to limit this to the rich, wealthy, and elite. And you saw what they did to Robinhood, right? Get all these retail traders out. And so what you're seeing now is the big banks and the elite pushing the price back down. The normal people, all we can do is get physical silver. But the physical silver is almost gone. Like, we can't get it because there's such a shortage. So what sense does it make? Like, just ask yourself this question, guys. What sense does it make that there's all this demand for silver? Premiums are skyrocketing. And then today, silver drops $3. Does that make any sense to you at all? Of course not. But what this is doing is exposing the game. It's exposing the rigging, and people are waking up. So if you just came in to the silver market, don't let them throw you off. This is what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to make you think it's stupid to get into silver and it's going to go back down, which it might, and I hope it does. Like I said, every day you can wake up and buy silver under $30, you should thank God and buy some. So let me get this piece in, Ricardo, and then I want to hear your take. So what the big media is going to tell you now is this is all over. Wall Street bets lost. Reddit lost. And anyone who bought silver is just an idiot. That's what they're going to try to convince you now. So here's an example. Silver sell-off accelerates with Reddit frenzy unraveling. Oh, you stupid serfs. You got into silver. So Of course, the silver sell-off had nothing to do with real people buying real silver. It was just the banks playing around. Holdings in the biggest silver ETF surge again to a new record. Again, then why did it fall? Like, this is just like crazy world. The buying frenzy that sent silver to an 8-year high has stalled out. There you go, people. Go home. It's all over. No, nothing to see here. Right. Silver futures in New York fell as much as 10% as traders closed out positions after CME Group hiked margin requirements. Reddit posters turned to GameStop losses, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so they're just going to go on. This is kind of just propaganda here. And they're just talking about the London Bullion Market Association said that more than 1 billion ounces of the metal traded on Monday, near the most on record. But yet it's over. Like, think about that. This is a fact in the article. And then the headline is unraveling. I mean, it's like they contradict themselves in their own articles. And here it is, guys. Here's where you're stupid. Here's why you're an idiot. What are the main drivers this morning? And this is one of the lessons for newbies in the silver market, is that CME raised margins on silver, said Bob Habercorn, a silver market strategist. If you bought a futures contract, that would require more money to have in your account to hold that position. So there's been a lot of liquidation across the board. With increased margins, it takes a lot of participants out of the market. Bingo. Bingo, Ricardo. That's what it is. Again, just like with GameStop and Wall Street Bets, taking people out of Robinhood so they could only buy and not sell, CME just did the same thing. So this was the first battle in the war, and we won, and then they changed the rules. And this is what's going to keep happening, guys. That's why, again, you can't have short-term thinking. This isn't a one-week thing. This is a year, a decade thing. And if you've seen my Why Silver Will Save Us, to me, this is the fight for humanity and our freedom and financial freedom comes down to this. We made our play. The physical markets, we are saying we are getting them. And they're driving the price down. Okay, now the premiums will come down. Now when silver gets back to its normal rate and the premiums are gone, that's when you start buying again. I mean, I buy all the time, but I'm just saying, if you're just getting in, wait out the storm, but learn. That's why we love 7K. We automate the process of getting wealthy by getting physical gold and silver delivered to our homes. So Ricardo, your take on the people struck, the wealthy and the elite struck back, changed the rules of the game once again. Get out of here, peons and peasants. Let us rig the markets and go about your day wearing 2 masks and watching the news all day.
Yeah, I mean, they're running scared behind the scenes, folks. Trust and believe it. They're scared of us. They're scared of our collective buying power. They're scared of us coming together. They're trying to make it seem like GameStop sold off. GameStop didn't sold off. They stopped the ability for people to buy. And the people that can buy, they've limited it to a certain amount of buying and then a certain amount of places they can only buy, while they've allowed the hedge funds to continue to sell. So do understand that that's rigging. There's so much thing as a free market economy anymore. Before it was a conspiracy theory. Now these are conspiracy truths, right? And so now what we're seeing here is that the masses of people are starting to wake up. We're no longer you're not going to sell us a lie as easily as they have done throughout history by just repeating certain phrases over and over. Weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction, weapons of mass destruction, terrorists, terrorists, terrorists. It's not going to work anymore because the people are too woke. And we got internet and the people are listening and following people who making sense. And so they're trying to tell you silver sold off. It was no good investment. You guys following this Reddit people, and look what happened. It dropped down to 27, but they just told you that this historic numbers have just been made in the silver industry and what's going on right now in the global economy and the markets. And they want you to think that, don't pay no mind to it. But yet we know the new economy is going to rely heavily on rare precious metals like silver and certain minerals that are coming out of the ground, okay? Because the new economy, the new Green Deal, technological and AI and everything else that's coming out of this decade, autonomous vehicles and everything else, all that's going to rely heavily on these rare minerals. okay, these real assets, especially silver. But the reason silver is the biggest catalyst because it's the smallest of the market, okay? It's the rarest, okay? But it has a huge, huge industrial demand moving forward. And now it's returning to its rightful place as money.
Yes.
That's the problem, folks. And so they want to, I wouldn't be surprised. They saying all these people bought it up, okay? They want to lock it all down. They don't want you to have access to silver and gold. That's why they confiscate. That's why FDR confiscated the gold from you. That's why they took the dollar off the gold standard. They don't want us to have access to real wealth and money, okay? And so this is why what we are doing is so revolutionary. It's so dynamic because we see their play. We know the end game. We know where this is going. They can tell us whatever they want. We can look at the same data, the same information, and come to our own conclusions, okay, and not have the wool pulled over our eyes and be hoodwinked and everything else. So, this is what gets me excited, because I know the value of what we're sharing, and I know the value of a solid company like 7K Metals being able to help us, move forward, longevity, and acquire these assets. So, yeah, Mike, I mean, this is, we're just watching it play out. We already know how it's playing out, but we're watching how it's playing out, and we're helping save people's lives in this moment by getting them real money and waking people up to this debt-based fiat monetary system. And another thing is, it is a distraction. Reddit, even with silver and even with GameStop, is a distraction because, once again, the number one enemy, the number one problem to this financial system is not Melvin Capital, okay? It's not the hedge funds, okay? The number one problem is the Federal Reserve, central banks, and this debt-based fiat monetary system. That's what needs to be taken down. I get it. We can take down a few hedge funds, but guess what? There are other hedge funds that made billions of dollars off of GameStop as well. You think that there weren't other hedge funds watching what was going on and taking advantage of this market? Oh, they're making money in so many different ways, okay, through this system that you don't know it, okay? So, we're watching it play out. We're getting the assets. We're in position. Run with the runners. That's it. Go ahead, Mike.
I love, for some reason, I can't see who says something on Facebook now with Restream, but that's what it is, guys. It's the long play. Like, you got it. They trust and believe. They're playing the long game. They got the Federal Reserve in place. And I was watching something today, and it was talking about, all the things they've done with gold and silver in history is because they didn't want people to use it as money. That's the key. Because then we have real wealth. What do they want you to use and chase and lust after? Is debt. That's what the dollar is. And they have convinced the entire culture and system that that's what people want. That's what we're trying to reverse. We're trying to reverse at least 100 years of manipulation and brainwashing that we have all gone through. So let's jump into the market caps today. We got gold up about 0.5% at 1843. Apple at 134. Microsoft 239. Amazon, big news today. I haven't heard any details, but Jeff Bezos stepped down as a CEO, but then basically just put his right-hand man, so nothing's probably going to change.
I made a Facebook post. It was kind of a joke, but in a sense, is a lot of CEOs have been stepping down, over the past years and so forth of major companies, and there's a kind of a theory behind it. But I put that Jeff Bezos found out who John Galt was. If it's a movie, but if you understand the financial and political landscape of America was being changed, the billionaires, the freedom, the independence, that we had in this country was being taken away by government, and they got together and they had all this futuristic technology, and their money was gold and silver. If you ever watch that movie, John Galt, but we're seeing billionaires step down now, and there's new classes, there's new classes of wealth, there's new classes of people, and so we're going to see, I don't think we're going to see the one world order that they want to put together, because there's a lot of woke people who care about humanity, wealthy, and who are going to come together. And you're going to have different, like we have different states, different areas where there's different systems and cultures and everything else. we're really in this awakening, this different period in history. One of the most significant times to be alive, definitely.
Yeah, and Atlas Shrugs, kids. If you have never seen Atlas Shrugs by Ayn Rand, I mean, you can read the book. It's long if you like reading, but the movie's decent. So definitely watch it. I think I'm going to show that to my kids soon because that's like deep stuff they need to know. Silver up still, even though homeboy over here says it's all over and it's unraveling. Well, it was up 3% today, which is huge for silver at 27.21. Let's jump over to Bitcoin, making some noise at 35.9, up 6%.
Awesome.
As always, guys, this is why we have multiple assets, multiple income streams. I mean, look at crypto today. Unbelievable. Bitcoin at about 36, up 6.8. Ethereum, this is the big news in the crypto world today, guys. Ethereum broke its all-time high of about 1,500. And from the people I'm seeing, as we told you a week ago at least, ETH heading to 20 grand. The short-term prognosis I'm hearing from traders is 5 grand. Once a crypto or anything really breaks its all-time high, it goes into price discovery.
Right.
And that's when it shoots up and you don't know what's going to happen. Let's look at the other big winners today. So I'm just going to go to the 24-hour and click it. I'm not a huge fan of many of these. I like Solana up 15%. BitTorrent is on Tron. It's like a digital sharing platform kind of. Phantom's been going crazy lately. I'm not sure why. I got to look into that. UMA's solid. Maker is an Ethereum smart contract that basically creates dollars in a good way. That's always been a good play. Basically, the DeFi system that I'm wearing started with Maker. They're like kind of the OG of the DeFi space. XRP had a crazy weekend. It pumped, it dumped. Now it's up 11%. Litecoin, one of my favorite coins, up 11%. Litecoin is the right coin. Litecoin is the silver of crypto. It runs essentially on a copy of the Bitcoin. It's like the test net for Bitcoin. Theta. There's my Theta at, kids. Up 10%, 222. When Theta dips below 2, I buy, without a doubt. I love RSR. Been in them for a while, up 10%. Kusama, Polkadot. Great project. And Ethereum is what's leading all this at 9%. So what would I look at buying today? Nothing's down enough for me. Almost nothing was down big at all. I mean, any coin you would have put in the top 100, the worst you could have done was 10%. So this leads us into what we can talk about next, Ricardo, is imagine, like let's flip this up, right? Imagine if you had a professional trader who could trade today for you. I mean, 39, 33, 26, 18. And if they would have avoided these, 10, 12, losses, tokens that went down, you're in the money. And it's automatic, it's passive. We just did a video in our live today, getting people signed up. They loved it. And that's what it's about, guys. It's getting your money to make money because there's volatility everywhere. It's just normal, average, everyday people have been kept out of this for so long. And you were just told to be a good little kid, put your money into the stock market, let Wall Street and the hedge funds manage it, and then they'll give you some crumbs when you turn 59 and a half. We're completely flipping the script on this matrix, and they're scared. Trust and believe that. They see what's coming. And like Ricardo said is, people think, or some people think this globalism is going to take over. No, they know people are waking up and they're going to try to suppress the truth without a doubt. They're going to raise the price to get into the market. They're going to put on more regulations. There's too many people that know the truth now. We cannot be stopped. So Ricardo, anything you want to add with crypto, blockchain revolution and just this passive income stream we're helping people get?
Well, folks, it's quite obvious that we're in an uptrend with cryptocurrency, and that Bitcoin is going higher, Ethereum is going higher. We can just hold on to these coins and experience those gains, or we can actually make money on the way up and have a professional trader trade for us. You just saw the percentage gains for some of those top cryptocurrencies for that particular day, right? And then you guys have seen me pull up the daily compound interest calculator, where $1,000 and you just focused on getting 2%, okay, every single day for 12 months. That's over $1.3 million. And so the idea, okay, the ability to have a professional trader trade in the cryptocurrency market, which is in an uptrend, okay, as they continue to kill the dollar, okay, as they continue to expose the manipulation and rigging and fraud of the present fiat system, where it's in the benefit of the big banks and the wealthy, as people start to move into DeFi and crypto, that's in an uptrend. And now you have the ability to have a professional trader capture some gains for you on a day-to-day, okay? And the whole idea is you only need 2%. Now, what Mike showed you, coins were doing 5%, 8%, higher, major percentage gains for that particular day. Now, if you were only looking for 2% a day and you end up doing 15 on one day, okay, you done covered a couple of days. But this is the whole thing of compounding your interest or your profits or your gains with your principal on a day-to-day basis, and now increasing the value of your portfolio over time. So I get excited when we shared that in the runners Facebook group. We went live on that today on that system. People were getting signed up. We're seeing the results. It's real. We got a professional trader that we know and love who's using a next level system in regards to his trading abilities. And it's money to be made. It's wealth to be had. You can hold on to the crypto, or you can hold on to the crypto and have your crypto make money for you in this trading platform. So it's next level. This is what gets me excited, folks. Running with the runners, constantly, continuously, consistently building wealth in precious metal assets and cryptocurrency using centralized and decentralized platforms. In 2021, you can't lose dealing with precious metals and crypto. You can't lose. That's the trend. We're in a trend. We're in a bull market. We're in an uptrend for these assets. And this is what we do. This is what we talk about. Okay? And so the rest will be history.
So good question here from Yolanda about the Flare network. So we're going to have to do a show soon about XRP. It could go either way. Who knows? It could go to the moon and make people millionaires. It could crash and burn. I don't know. Their new DeFi coin that's coming out, it was an airdrop that already happened called the Flare network. But XRP is getting delisted from so many exchanges. Now, I think this is all a ploy to get it out of the hands of normal people. I think because XRP is the banker's coin. It's number 3 on the market cap. It's the banker's coin. So it is kind of evil, but I still make money on it. But that's going to be like their DeFi, and you're going to get the airdrop. So I don't know. It hasn't happened yet, which is kind of scammy, but that's a whole nother topic. Now, as we're getting ready to finish off here, Ricardo, I just want to make people aware. We are only doing one Zoom a week now for the 7K presentation. Tomorrow, I'm giving away $100 of Theta cryptocurrency. You can download their app from any app store. All right. And then this won't be on live. This will be in our Zoom. All right. I'm going to give away $100 worth of Theta. It's only, as we saw, 222 right now. But I think it could go to triple digits in my opinion. I think it's going to at least 10 easy, without a doubt. Their mainnet's coming up soon. So this will be our full presentation of why 7K Metals is the best business I've ever seen. And we're going to also help you guys get some cryptocurrency. Our passion is to show people all these new strategies, all the new technology of how you can automate your wealth, get real assets that you control and that actually have more use than are just a debt dollar. Because whatever it is, Theta, Bitcoin, at least we know there's a limit on it and it has use. Ethereum's use right now is astronomical. Theta's use is already a live stream. They already have streaming. They have broadband sharing capabilities. That's what the world needs right now is broadband. So, you know, the future is in blockchain, period. If you don't understand that at this point, I don't know what you're doing or where you're looking at. This is the people's revolution. The people's money is blockchain and cryptocurrency. Gold and silver are God's money. That's what we're helping people understand and educating them and giving them a fighting chance with, you know, our masters trying to keep us down for so long. So Ricardo, as we wrap it up, any last thoughts of what's coming up this week or where we're heading from here?
Yeah, no, folks. Look, we just started this journey. You know, in regards to, you know, I talk about that daily compound interest calculator, right? And so you want to run and you want to make sure you join the Runners Facebook group if you haven't already. Okay, you want to join the Facebook group because we won't be going live in the sense of a presentation about this system that we implemented. We're going to make this exclusive to people who join the group in the Runners Facebook group at the moment. So I want to make sure that you getting this information, you becoming aware. And so go ahead and join the Runners Facebook group and stay plugged in and, you know, constantly, continuously, consistently build wealth in precious metal assets and crypto. You know, I'll say it and I'll say it again. This is, you know, the opportunity. You know, if you didn't come from a wealthy family, this is the opportunity to make sure that a wealthy family comes from you. The wealth transfer, the global reset, it's real. It's real. Now. It's happening right now. Okay? And so we're going to constantly, continuously, consistently do lives and help people find real systems, real solid companies where they can acquire these assets like 7K metals with precious metals and certain systems that we are leveraging to build up our crypto portfolios. Okay? So run with the Runners, lace up, let's get wealthy.
All right. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on the Zoom, 9:30 EST live. We'll be back. All right. Peace out, guys.